Hey everyone! I'm sorry it took me so long to upload anything. However, my iTouch, for which I have been using for all media purposes like pictures and videos, has been unable to connect to basically anything, including my own computer. Like, it won't even sync up the photos or anything, which really sucks. Because I do have pictures of some cool things like the school, and we went to the Sichuan Opera the other night as a thing. I got a few pictures of that, so it's really neat. Unfortunately, it looks like I might not be able to upload any of those until I come back into the US. I know, it sucks. The only media I'm going to be able to upload is what's on my laptop, which is what I'm using now. At first I was waiting for my iTouch to sync up because I have a pretty hilarious video of myself from the first night I got here, and I'm just like super tired and overwhelmed, and I start ranting about like my luggage and concerned elderly Chinese woman, and it's kind of hilarious. So you will eventually get to see that. It might take a while, so I'm sorry. So it might be a few months. I'll upload what I can from here, but again, probably most of my media isn't going to be on here. So I'm sorry. But hey, I at least get to talk to you guys a little bit. I got here last week on Saturday in the evening, and I did arrive safely. I was, in fact, kidnapped by concerned Chinese women and taken to my school for about 150 kwai, but hey, I got here okay. That's what's important. No organs were sold. We're good. We're all safe. I've met a few people coming here now. On the international dorm, there's actually a lot of French students, which is interesting. They're like all from the same French university, and they're going to the economics school here, so we probably won't even see them, but they're there, and they speak French, and I have no idea how to communicate with them. And then there's a few American students, one kid from my program named Jamal from Nowlands, a kid named Eric from Vermont, and then Tatiana, who is actually from ASU. So hey, same state. Go Cardinals, I guess. Neither of us really follow football unless it's to get the 50% off coupons on pizza, but whatever. At least we have something in common, right? So far, we haven't started classes yet. I actually just took a placement test today. I am so rusty. It's not even funny. I'm probably going to be kicked back a few levels. But the good thing is that you can advance once you start. And probably once my memory is refreshed a bit, and I actually, practice more of the language, I might be able to move up a few classes to learn a few more advanced things instead of relearning what I already know, so that's good. But yeah, I had the test today. Before that, we just had like this kind of group orientation thing where they took us around. I mentioned the Sichuan Opera earlier. We went there. We walked around town. I got a new little phone, this little Nokia blue brick, because no SIM cards will work for my super outdated phone. The model is so old that they have absolutely nothing that's compatible with it SIM card wise. So I just had to get a new little phone. Wasn't very much. About 300 kwai for the phone, and then 140 kwai for the SIM card. And like when you convert that to US dollars, that's like $70. That's nothing. I literally just paid for like 6 months of calls and a brand new phone for $70 US. Everything here is super cheap. It's really nice, including the food. The food here is absolutely fantastic. And there's always these big fancy restaurants or whatever that are in downtown Chengdu. And the thing is, downtown Chengdu is super new. Super, super new, super modern. It's like New York. Like, tall buildings everywhere. Giant, like, department stores, windows, like lights everywhere. The buildings do light shows like Las Vegas. It's kind of insane. But I'm actually in an older part of the city, because my campus is it's not the oldest campus in Sichuan, but it's one of the older ones. And the thing is, you can't even tell where campus ends and the city begins. Like the older city begins sometimes. So you are walking like to your class, and you literally, there's a kindergarten on campus and like several different apartments, a bunch of shops and restaurants, and you have to go like through all this past a few like public basketball courts and a public park, through a little alleyway, like in between two tiny bookstores, and there's my Chinese classroom. Like, it's insane. But yeah, older city. I haven't been to the newer downtown yet, or any of the big restaurants. Those ones are a bit more expensive, but I don't think it's worth it actually, because where I am in the older city, we have all the teeny tiny little like shoebox restaurants. Like, you can literally walk in and sit down, and you can't move any more than that. But the food is so good. Like, everything's made right there. You can see them like making the noodles in the back, or like preparing all the food. Absolutely fantastic. Not as hot as I was led to believe. Like, everyone's warning me that my face is gonna melt from like Sichuan cooking, but it's not that bad. It's really good actually. Like, it might make you sweat a little, but it's not enough to make you cry. So I guess it's not that bad. Going to a hot pot later tonight, so I might change my mind then, because those are notoriously bad. Like, grown men have cried, so maybe I'll get a slightly less spicy one, just a little bit. Yeah, other than that, like, I've been having fun going out every day to all these different little shoebox restaurants, trying something different every time. Although, most of the menus I cannot read very well. Like, I can read that it has noodles, but there are like 50 different types of noodles that I can't read. So I just kind of, point and hope for the best. And it's all gone well so far, because all the food is, again, fantastic. So, me and a few of my friends, like Eric, guy from Vermont, we make it a policy right now to where we have to go try something new every single day we go out. And we have, and absolutely, again, fantastic. I don't think I'll ever stop going on about the food here. I'm going to be so spoiled when I go back to the US. I'm not going to be able to eat any kind of Chinese food, because it's not real. I'm definitely going to have to try to get some recipes and stuff here. I did want to do a bunch of like cooking tutorial videos, but this dorm doesn't even have a kitchen. So, I do have a few Chinese like advisor friends. One's name is Kiki. She said we might have a cooking party at her place. So I might eventually cook something there. Whether or not I have my laptop to film it or my iTouch to film it will basically determine whether or not you guys get to see it now or in like 4 months or 3 months, whatever. So, sorry about that, but I will try. Today, why don't we do Chinese word of the day? I said I would do that for people. So let's do an easy one, and because I totally blanked, I think I forgot a pen and paper. Hold on for 1 second. Sorry, I'm not as prepared as I think I am, apparently, for any situation. So, let's just do Sichuan. Super easy. Okay, so this is the character for 4, the number. It's just S. That's pronounced in what's called the 4th tone, which means you, like, drop off on it. You go S, like going down a slide. And that's the number S. That's actually part of the name for Sichuan. It's pronounced slightly differently, of course. Don't pronounce S any different way, because it is also very, very similar to the character for death in Chinese. So if you say this wrong, any Chinese person overhearing you will be very, very concerned that you are talking about death. And then rivers. The second character is river. Chuan. Super easy. Another, like, pictographic one. Just looks like water. Chuan is what's called first tone, which means you kind of like, if you were singing, you like stay on the same note. You hold a note. You go Chuan. You know, you don't go chuan, chuan, like you can't drop your voice off on it. Otherwise, again, you're saying it wrong, so you have to go chuan. Oh, I just realized that it's backwards for you guys, so that probably doesn't help at all, does it? Nope, I am useless. Hold up, let me write this backwards. I can do this. Okay, might look a little blocky, but I haven't written backwards in a long time. So, let's see if you guys can, there it is. Okay, S, fourth tone, drop it down like going a slide. Chuan, like you're holding a note. And that literally, it does mean 4 rivers. Sichuan is an area that's surrounded by rivers. We're kind of in the mountains in like a basin area. So land is super fertile here. Weather's a lot like Seattle. It's always very cloudy, raining. We don't get the sun very often. But it's very pretty. And when you can see the rivers from like pretty high up, it's really beautiful. So that's character of the day and update. Sorry that took so long, folks. I will try to do this a bit more often to keep you guys in the loop. And love you all, and I'll see you later. Bye. 再见.